Yeah. hmm The extreme mental distress of my five sons, inclusive of my youngest son, Benjamin. Yes. And or the interference with the performance of any governmental function. Yes. Now, obviously, there's contrary to Revised Code Washington State 98.40.0201. Yes. Well, you decided to say I was crazy. The fraudulent use of mental health evaluations. The interfering with the governmental functions of mandatory reporters. The whole thought of interfering with the exposing of fraud, waste, and abuse of those that are whistleblowers. And then there's those duties. Now, let's see. Those that are required to report child abuse or neglect. Yes. How many mandatory reporters understand that when you issue a dissolution of marriage, yes, and you make sure that the father does not get any notice of court hearings, right, that the mother does not admit to the court that his record was expunged, right now, that he had no criminal record, he had no arrest record, and, yes, the marriage certificate was issued from the United Nations. Oh. And then there's this whole thought of making sure that the actual father does not get a dissolution of marriage, right? So he can't appeal the process. Now, for those that are mandatory reporters that said, well, I'm not getting a gross misdemeanor, poop. Now you're getting a felony. Class C. You have used these court orders to facilitate, yes, international baby abduction and kidnapping. Yep. And every day that I tell you that it's a crime, yes, you decide to make up bullshit crimes about me right now. Department of Corrections employees who become aware of possible child abuse or neglect during the course of their employment. Would you get me every guard in every prison of the United States? Yes. As well as all superintendents of prisons? Yes. In every prison of this nation. Poop. Because for every individual that's an employee of the Department of Corrections, yes, that did become aware of the possible child abuse, kidnapping, international baby abduction, and the neglect, yes, of interfering with governmental fucking functions right now. Now, Clallam Bay Correctional Facility. It is possible, yes, that there could be quite a few employees of that correctional facility, yeah, that happen to be employees of the Department of Corrections. Oh, and all of them have said, well, there's no possible way I'm going to want ownership of the prisons of the United States. Yes. Just get me the wardens, yes, of each and every prison. Poop! Get me the superintendents of the departments of correction. Yes. And then get me the actual boundary lines, yes, of every prison in this nation. Yes. Because I'm suing you, yes, for anything outside the actual walls of any prison. I'm going to take all the property around every fucking prison of the Now, those state employees that are employees of the state, yes, that do work in the Department of Corrections, how many of them are actually whistleblowers also? Ew. And you didn't want to expose the fraud of Clallam and Jefferson County. No. You didn't want to expose the waste of the state of Washington. No. You didn't want to expose the abuse of each and every state of this great nation. When I get done, yes, I will have actual ownership